Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk everything Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, and we are live once again here on this very rainy and muggy Friday, June 13th. Live once again to tune into some Pittsburgh Pirates baseball, game 2 of 4 against the Chicago Cubs, beginning here in about 10 minutes. It is a Paul Skeens Day, so happy Paul Skeens Day to all of you fellow Bucco fans who celebrate it. He will go against the Chicago Cubs tonight. Today. Their starting pitcher, one of their former top prospects, Cade Horton, should be a good matchup. Skeens, of course, really feeling comfortable here pitching in the confines of Wrigley Field. If we remember last year, his second ever major league start, he started off the ball game striking out 7 Chicago Cubs in a row. Hopefully he can do something similar to that today. First thing is first, if you are new here, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live again. Also, feel free to like and share this video and comment in the live chat. I hope to hear from you guys today as we react to how the Buccos do, whether good or bad. Get any thoughts, questions, feelings in the comment section. I can pop those up on screen at a moment's notice, and we can interact that way. Let's start off talking about last night, game 1 of this series. Andrew Heaney was on the bump for the Bucks, going against former Bucco Jameson Taillon. Things did not go the Bucks' way last night. The Cubs, they had 3 unanswered runs to start the game. Andrew Heaney, he pitched well, had another quality start, 6 innings pitched, only gave up 4 hits. Unfortunately, 2 of those hits were home runs. A 2-run home run by center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong for the Cubs, who has been one of the highest rising stars in all of Major League Baseball this year. And then also Seiya Suzuki, their designated hitter last night, he also had a solo shot. Bucks did get on the board. Adam Frazier, he singled in Spencer Horwitz. He stays hot at the dish. Also, Jared Triolo, he was able to draw a 4-pitch walk with the bases loaded. Unfortunately, after that, bases loaded, 2 outs. O'Neal Cruz, who he's fallen back into a slump at the plate. He couldn't push any more runs across. As a matter of fact, O'Neal Cruz, over the last month now of baseball that he's played, he has struck out 53 times in 127 plate appearances. Shout out Danny D'Amelio for that stat there. But that was all the Bucks could do last night, just muster across those 2 runs. The Cubs, after they snuffed out that, bases loaded opportunity, they coasted to the victory for the final 2 innings. Ryan Presley, the former Houston Astro, got the save. Now we're looking here to today's matchup. If you look at the bottom of your screen, let me pop those up right now. You will see the starting lineup for both of these squads here today. Starting with the Buccos, O'Neal Cruz back in center field. Andrew McCutchen is the designated hitter. Brian Reynolds in right field. Spencer Horwitz at first base. No changes to the top 4 of the lineup, which has kind of been the constant top 4 in that exact order ever since Donnie Kelly took over as manager. Batting 5th tonight back in the lineup is Nick Gonzalez at second base. Batting 6th, still out in left field, Adam Frazier. He played second base last night, but over the past week or so, he has been in left field. They wanted to keep his somewhat hot bat in the lineup, and while at the same time also keeping Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who's had a promising year, and Nick Gonzalez, who is probably one of your better bats just returning from injury. You want to keep those 2 infielders in the lineup as well. So Adam Frazier, the utility man extraordinaire, plays out in left. Bottom 3 in the lineup, Ke'Bryan Hayes at third base. Henry Davis back behind the dish tonight after a night off. Last night he does the catching. And then Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, of course, batting 9th at shortstop. Paul Skeens on the bump here tonight. Skeens looking to continue the dominant role that he has been on recently. Been doing very well lately. His last game against the Philadelphia Phillies, he went 7 2/3 innings pitched, only gave up 2 hits, struck out 7, and walked 1. He'll look to better his 4-6 win-loss record, which is still baffling me just how bad this offense has been for most of the year to have him have a losing record right now. But still, though, Skeens a 1.88 ERA, 92 strikeouts in 91 full innings pitched, so a strikeout per inning pace for him. Looking now at the Chicago Cubs lineup here tonight, they make a couple of changes. First off, leading off is Ian Happ, left fielder, Pittsburgh native, always a Pirate killer. Batting second and DHing today is Kyle Tucker. Batting third and in right field is Seiya Suzuki. So those two players remain in the same spot, same order in the lineup. They just swap positions there. Tucker will do the designated hitting today. Pete Crow Armstrong, again, the cleanup guy for the Cubs out in center field. Dansby Swanson, the former Atlanta Brave, he bats fifth. Michael Busch at first base. Nico Horner, the second baseman, he is batting seventh. Matt Shaw, the rookie third baseman, he will bat eighth. And Reese McGuire, the former Boston Red Sox, I believe, was his last team he was with before Chicago. He bats ninth. And the catching Cade Horton, 23 years old, is on the bump here this afternoon for the Cubs. Horton was one of their former top prospects. This will be his sixth start of the year with the Cubbies. His last outing against Detroit, the Detroit Tigers, he took the loss in that one, went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, struck out 6, and walked a pair of batters as well. On the season, he has a 4.11 ERA. So a battle of two 23-year-olds here today. Skeens obviously the bigger of the two. Horton just 6'1", 211. Meanwhile, Skeens 6'6", 260. We will have to see how these two fare here today. The Pittsburgh Sportsnet is on commercial break right now. When we come back here, or when they come back, I should say, we should be getting going in this ball game. I will apologize first and foremost if the quality of my camera here is a little spotty today here in Western Pennsylvania. We do have some storms rolling through this afternoon. There was just a bit of rain about 5-10 minutes ago before I went live, and then it stopped. So we will see if any other storms roll through and mess with my internet connection here. If not, I hope things go swimmingly. But that is the lineups for both teams here today. You go back here. Chicago 42-27 on the season, first place in the NL Central. The Pirates 28-42, but still playing around 500 baseball under new manager Donnie Kelly. The umpires for today's ball game: Dan Bellino does the balls and strikes. Clint Vondrak is at first base. Phil Cuzzy is at second base. And Tony Randazzo at third base. So some experienced umpires there. Phil Cuzzy and Tony Randazzo, to me, the most recognizable of that foursome. 69 degrees at Wrigley Field today, partly cloudy. Getting ready for first pitch here in a matter of moments. There's Sportsnet Pittsburgh back on the screen showing the train going past Wrigley Field there, going through Wrigleyville. We will see if this game does start on time here. That's one thing I forgot to mention here. Looks like we will be getting underway. Yes, Cade Horton is out there on the bump now. I saw that they did have the tarp on the field just a little under an hour before scheduled first pitch here, but they're out there on the field. Looks like we are going to get going. Very hazy, foggy day there in Chicago. Looks like we might be in for a mist here or there at Wrigley Field. But there is the Pirates lineup again popped up there. O'Neal Cruz, he'll lead off, batting 226. The best hitter in this lineup in terms of batting average, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa in the 9-hole, sort of being treated as the setup man for the top of the order this entire season. But let's get this banner up, our normal banner there at the bottom, and there is the score bug here today. Top of the first, Pittsburgh Pirates versus Chicago Cubs, game 2 of 4. The Bucks looking to even up this series. Right now, O'Neal Cruz with his helmet looking pretty wet here. He steps into the box. Cade Horton will wind and deliver the first pitch of the ball game. It is a fastball in there on the outside corner of the strike zone for strike one. Cruz in 812 OPS this season, 13 home runs. Looking to maybe get another home run here today, continue his promising push towards a 30-30 season, 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases. He fouled off the second pitch of the ball game, back for a strike. Here is the 0-2. Cruz again swinging and just getting a piece of that. An 89-mile-an-hour sinker breaking down and away from Cruz. He just got the end of the bat on it to foul it off. Horton delivers. That one a curveball, 86 miles an hour. Would need to find a better release point on that. It started high and outside, and it ended up there as well. The 1-2 now from Horton. Good hold there by Cruz. 84-mile-an-hour breaking ball, almost down in the dirt. Cruz here again, waiting for Horton to deliver the pitch. 88-mile-an-hour changeup. That one skims the dirt as well. So after starting out up 0-2, Horton has fallen now to 3-2 on Cruz. Can the Pirates get an early base runner, get this offense maybe jump-started here today? Cruz will lift this one into a shallow right center field. It is Nico Horner, the second baseman, who will range back with some teammates around him. He makes the catch, one away for the Bucks. 3 of you in here right now, welcome to the stream. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I'm live again. Also, feel free to like and share this live stream and comment in the live chat your thoughts and opinions on today's ball game. First pitch swinging chopper for Andrew McCutchen. A one-hop chopper handled by Matt Shaw. He then throws a one-hop ball to first base. Picked up there by Michael Busch easily. 2 gone now in the inning for the Bucks. Shaw short-arming that throw to first base, but it hit far enough out on the bounce that Busch was able to handle that pretty easily. Brian Reynolds swinging first pitch here will foul one back off to his left. Reynolds, a 675 OPS, 8 home runs, 39 RBIs this year for the Bucks. That one, a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It looks like it did just nick the outside black of the strike zone. So Horner gets a call there. Maybe if the ABS challenge system was implemented right now, Reynolds maybe would have challenged that, but I think it would have gone Horton's way. 0-2 here. Reynolds grounds this one. It's down the left field line and into the corner. Reynolds, he is going to race into second there. He slides in feet first. It is a 2-out double for Brian Reynolds. Looks like the Cubs were shifting him to the right there. Lefty batter, they were shifting him towards the right field side of the diamond, and he taking that ball the other way. It gets into the corner. Strong throw by Ian Happ, but Reynolds was in there well in time. Spencer Horwitz, first baseman now for the Bucks, steps in, spits on that 83-mile-an-hour curveball down and out of the zone. Horwitz batting .210 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs in this short year for him so far. Spent about the first month and a half to 2 months on the shelf with a wrist injury. Since he has joined this big league club, he's been, pretty promising player. He hasn't been lighting the world on fire, but hey, he's at least a serviceable bat in the lineup. Batting cleanup again here today. That's where he's batted most of the time since joining the major league squad. Looks at that. Pitch outside, 2-1 now. Reynolds takes his lead at second, his 10th double of the season there. There seems to be a bird there flying across the screen. 84-mile-an-hour breaking ball again well outside the zone. Horton not having control of that curveball here in the first inning. It's now 3-1 here, about to throw his 16th pitch of this first inning. Horton checks Reynolds. Catcher sets up inside, but that pitch is outside, and it's called a strike. The catcher set up inside on Horwitz. The ball, similar to one he threw to Brian Reynolds, might have just nicked the outside half of the strike zone, but it wasn't anywhere near where the catcher set up. He gets the call. Horwitz actually flung his bat towards the Pirates' dugout like he just drew a walk. He had to go pick it up, and now he steps back in again. A big call there. Now it's a full count pitch here to Horwitz. Ground ball here, 97-mile-an-hour fastball taken up the middle, but Nico Horner is there. He tosses on to first for the out, and before anybody could even get off the field, there is big, tall Paul Skeens skipping over that right field foul line, and he will take the mound for the Bucks. We'll be back here in a moment. The Bucks cannot get Reynolds home in the top of the first. We'll be back here in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Skeens on the bump for the Bucks. He delivers a first pitch strike to Ian Happ, one of the biggest Pirate killers in the league. Now Skeens up 0-2 now, coming right out of the gates, attacking the lineup here. I said at the beginning of the show here, Skeens, very comfortable pitching in Wrigley Field. We remember his second career major league start was in Chicago against these Cubs. Struck out the first 7 batters that he faced. Looking to do something similar here. A 1-2 pitch from Skeens. That will not happen. Ian Happ, he will line that one into right field. Reynolds gets it in. A leadoff single here for Ian Happ. Chicago looks like they're wearing some sort of throwback uniforms here today. A almost powder blue jersey with their home white pants. Kyle Tucker, the former Houston Astro, he'll now step up to the plate. Promising get he has been for the Cubs. The Cubs, of course, losing Cody Bellinger to the New York Yankees. They then went and brought in Kyle Tucker from the Astros for a very hefty price, sending a couple of their prospects and third baseman Isaac Paredes to Houston. Tucker will foul off that 80-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch back into the netting. Skeens again for the second batter in a row. Now up 0-2. 6 of you in here right now. Welcome to the stream. Hope everything is going well with you guys. We got our first commenter of the afternoon, Joe Beans. Welcome, Joe. How are you? Come on, Skeens. Indeed, we are. Skeens 0-2 pitch. Ready to deliver this one. And this is 98. It is going to be popped up into left field. Adam Frazier doesn't need to move that much to make the catch. Ian Happ scampers back to first base. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Looking here at the starting defense again from left to right in the outfield. Frazier, Cruz, and Reynolds. The infielders, Hayes, Kiner Falefa, Gonzalez, and Horwitz. Henry Davis, of course, doing the catching for Paul Skeens. Sort of been his personal catcher for most of this year. Welcome, Joe. 8 of you in here now. Welcome to the live stream. Feel free to comment in the live comment section. Get any thoughts, opinions, or questions you have on today's ball game in there. Comment just like Joe. Thank you, Joe. Also, if you are new here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live again. Skeens here before delivering a 1-0 pitch. Checks the runner Happ at first. He slides back in safely. No tag attempt from Spencer Horwitz there. Seiya Suzuki and his .266 batting average, batting third in today's lineup. Batted in the same spot last night, but was the designated hitter. Kyle Tucker is the DH here tonight, so Suzuki is playing in right. Paul Skeens, his 1-0 pitch missed. It's now 2-0. His 2-0 pitch, 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball in there for strike 1. Skeens aligning himself up on the left of the rubber here. Delivers the 2-1. Nasty breaking ball, 85. Started in the middle of the zone and broke to the outside corner. Suzuki swung and missed. Maybe might have nicked it on a foul tip. No, he did not. He just missed it. I thought I heard a little tick there. Anyway, 2-2 again. Skeens goes back to the well for time there. Just yanked that one. That one pretty uncontesting there. Suzuki doesn't offer. It's now 3-2. Oscar Marine, the Bucks pitching coach, looks on. Henry Davis, he sets. Skeens, 99 on the upper outside corner of the strike zone. Suzuki gets a piece of it, fouls it back into the audience. Happ, again, will take his lead at first. Got to wonder if he might be put in motion here, even with 1 out. Not the most fleet of foot, but he's no ice wagon either. Another 99-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone is fouled off. Seiya Suzuki again stepping in. That one right there, and he knew it. Skeens, 99, right in the middle, bottom of the zone. Suzuki, all he could do was look at it. Wasn't ready to swing there. Not sure what he was expecting on that pitch. He watches it. Paul Skeens picking up his first strikeout of the ball game. And now it is Pete Crow Armstrong hitting .271 this season. He has had a rocket ship on his back, rising to stardom quickly in this league. PCA, as they call him, fouls that first pitch off, now fouls off the second pitch he sees as well. Skeens again up 0-2. An .859 OPS for Crow Armstrong, 18 home runs and 57 RBIs this season, adding to that total last night with a 2-run home run off of Andrew Heaney. And there goes Paul Skeens, 98 mile-an-hour fastball above the zone. Crow Armstrong swung and missed, upset with himself. Paul Skeens, after giving up a leadoff hit, gets a flyout and 2 strikeouts to wrap up the first inning. With the wrap-up here of the first inning, ladies and gentlemen, let me fix the score bug here. Hopefully everything goes smoothly there. With that, going to get into the first bit of news that we have for today. Usually when I am live like this, I will have other little tidbits related to Pittsburgh sports news ready to talk about those. First one here today is an unfortunate one. We are going to the world of football. Former Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown, according to Ari Mirov, is wanted by authorities in Miami-Dade County on a criminal charge of attempted murder. Sucks to see this from AB. We remember a couple weeks ago, Brown was at a celebrity boxing event of some sort. Did not know the person who was holding it. Brown alleged that he was being mugged or being attempted to be mugged by a group of men. He then was in possession of a gun and fired shots in the direction of the gentleman who he said was trying to steal his jewelry. Ari Mirov updated it saying that per the arrest warrant, Brown allegedly punched a man, then appeared to grab a security guard's weapon and fired 2 shots as he ran towards the man that he, I guess, punched. The victim was grazed in his neck. Surveillance and cell phone video appear to capture the altercation. So, again, just Antonio Brown cannot stay out of trouble here for the following his football career. It absolutely sucks to see that. Back to the comment section real quick. Joe Beans, man, he is good. Paul Skeens is indeed very, very good. And you know who else is very good? Nick Gonzalez. Well, I won't say he's very good. He's been good since coming back from injury for the Bucs. Of course, we remember the first game of the season down there in Miami, Florida. Gonzalez hitting a home run, and as he was beginning to trot towards first base, had a non-fracture injury in his foot and was out for a couple of months. He recently returning here in the past couple of weeks. His first at-bat is going to be a fly-out here, lifts that ball out to center field. Pete Crow Armstrong will make the catch. So 1 down here for the Bucs. Let's go back to keep an eye on Twitter here, see what else is going on. Of course, I'm going live today. Usually I go live in the evenings from 5:30, around 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, and just go over the Pittsburgh sports news stories of the day. But with the U.S. Open taking place at Oakmont Country Club near Pittsburgh, all of the Pittsburgh sports media is out there to cover that. So instead, today, live for the Pirates and Cubs, Adam Frazier there grounds out, making it 2 gone now here in the top of the second. Brian Hayes, he will step up to the batter's box. A .232 batting average, but a .580 OPS. Has struggled this year really getting on base. seems like he's still having problems generating power. He just had his second home run of the season a couple of games ago. Not really getting much extra base hits. When he does get a hit, he's been a king of weekly grounding out to the shortstop or second baseman and lazy fly balls out to right field area. 1-2 pitch here to Ke'Bryan Hayes. That is above the strike zone and taken for a ball. 2-2 now. Hayes waits. 2-2 and an absolute horrendous half swing there. Breaking ball from Horton that started inside and then broke down in the dirt. Hayes with a half-hearted attempt there. Goes down on strikes. The Bucks go down in order here in the top of the second. Going to take another quick break here, and then we will be back with the bottom of the second. Paul Skeens back out there on the bump. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Skeens back out on the bump right now. Gets up 0-1 on Dansby Swanson here again. Just showed a video package of him meeting with some members of the armed forces prior to the game today, I assume. Skeens, of course, went to Air Force in his college days before transferring to LSU, a big advocate for supporting the military and first responders. And there is one gone here in the bottom of the second. Dansby Swanson with a ground out to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Michael Bush now will step into the box. He now down in the count 0-1 as well. Let me go here, fix my score bug real quick. Hopefully everything will continue to go smoothly here on today's live stream. The rain once again beginning to pick up here where I live in Western Pennsylvania. So hopefully things go smoothly here on the stream and the quality of the live stream doesn't taper off at all. Comment section real quick. What's up, my guy? Flacco, welcome back to the chat. Appreciate you stopping by once again. Paul Skeens now up 0-2 on Michael Bush. Skeens winds, delivers 84-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Bounces just before home plate. Bush 264 for the Cubs. He's been there for a couple of years now. Really found a home here in Chicago as their everyday first baseman. And He will go down on strikes as well. Filthy sinker right there from Paul Skeens. Bush swings over top of it for the strikeout. 89 miles an hour. Unfair from Paul Skeens. My goodness. There are just certain at-bats where you watch Paul Skeens and it's like a, cat toying with the mouse that it has cornered. That's what Paul Skeens looks like to some of these batters. Now into the box is Nico Horner. Good 285 batting average for him this season, but no home runs yet for their second baseman. He's been there for a while, knock on wood. Hopefully that home run does not come at the expense of the Pirates today or the rest of this series. 1-1 pitch here from Skeens. Beautiful. My goodness. 84-mile-an-hour curveball. Started middle of the strike zone, and it wound up perfectly on the outside corner. Henry Davis with a good framing tube. They get the strike call. Nasty pitch there from Skeens. The 1-2 again here with 2 gone. Skeens, this is going to be a chopper here to Kiner Falefa. Throw on the first, gets Horner by a step. Was a high 2-bounce grounder to Kiner Falefa. He gets the ball off in time, beats Horner to first base. Skeens through 2 innings clean. My goodness, the rain is really coming down now. I have this window open here above, but you can just hear it rattle off of the metal roof of my neighbor. Crazy. It's going to be raining here for a while here in western Pennsylvania. Good thing that the Bucks, they're on a road trip visiting the Cubs. They'll then, I believe, visit the Detroit Tigers as well. So they won't be in town for this whole bunch of rain. Really getting sick and tired of the rain. It feels like summer is never going to start at this point with it raining every other day. Back to the news segment portion. Going to do this probably every other half inning. We talked about Antonio Brown and his warrant for his arrest. Hopefully everything will get sorted out there. And if, he doesn't cause any more issues. Sticking with the football team, the local football team, the Steelers right now, they have just wrapped up minicamp. They are now off for the next month and change before everybody will report to Latrobe, St. Vincent College, that is, in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, for training camp. Lots of people still talking about the Steelers signing Aaron Rodgers, including Ryan Clark. Interested to hear what you guys think on Clark, who spoke on Rodgers joining the Steelers, saying, quote, "This is the worst case scenario for Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Rodgers continues to keep you mired in mediocrity. Will they contend for that championship that Pittsburgh Steelers people and fans and the organization think is the standard? No, they won't. They'll be fighting for a wild card spot. They'll probably be home week 1 of the playoffs and again be looking for a franchise quarterback. If you told me you were going to pair one of this era's greatest coaches with one of this era's greatest quarterbacks, I'd expect greatness. That is not what we'll get. Maybe 6 years ago, but not now." Strong words from Ryan Clark. Honestly, I don't disagree with much of what he said there. I do think that Rodgers, does have a good chance here with the Steelers to, maybe catch lightning in the bottle on his farewell tour, kind of like what we saw when, Peyton Manning joined the Denver Broncos, when Tom Brady went down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A couple other, examples of that as well. Ball game there. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa grounds out to the first baseman, Michael Bush. The lineup will now circle back around, but, not much disagreeing there from Ryan Clark. The only thing that I disagree with him on is that this team, if Aaron Rodgers does find that spark, they are pretty well built to possibly make a run here at a Super Bowl. a lot of things have to go right, but it is still possible. But, at least the Steelers, they are lined up nice to where they could possibly trade up into the first round next year, trade up in the first round, I should say, and get that franchise quarterback if they want. Also, you're setting the nest for that franchise quarterback. So, hitching your horses to Aaron Rodgers for 1 year, it's not going to, be the end of the world here. O'Neal Cruz now up here. He is in a 1-2 count here. 2 outs here in the inning. Henry Davis, before Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he flew out to Pete Crow Armstrong. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa grounded out. Now O'Neal Cruz takes that ball 2-2. Let me go to the comment section real quick. Hello, Alex. Unfortunately, I cannot due to copyright purposes. Ground out here for O'Neal Cruz. He's hustling down that line. You got to commend the hustle there from O'Neal Cruz. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Cade Horton and the Chicago Cubs. Paul Skeens takes the mound again. But back to you, Alex, in the comment section. Unfortunately, I cannot show the game due to copyright issues. I cannot, even if I were to go on the SNP 360 app and, share the screen through this live stream, I would get nabbed for copyright infringement very, very quickly. I'm even not allowed to, have my TV up too loud here to my right. I got nipped in the butt for a copyright strike last year when I was live streaming, I believe, the Steelers versus New York Jets on, Sunday or Monday Night Football. So, unfortunately, I'm just here to give my 2 cents, my, commentary for those of you who are maybe out and about and don't have the SNP 360 app. I hope I can be a, sort of happy medium for you, give you as much insight to the ball game as I possibly can. Going to take a brief break here. We'll be back here in a couple of seconds with the bottom of the 3rd inning. Welcome back. Paul Skeens again out here on the mound. That pitch right there. 1-1 now on Matt Shaw, the 22-year-old actually, 3rd baseman for the Cubs. Skeens winds in, delivers this 1-1 pitch, 99 on the outside. Half of the plate, called a strike again. Henry Davis doing a good job framing so far here this afternoon. Shaw with a .239 batting average this year. Skeens misfires that one. Rare you see that bad of a miss from Skeens. It was a fastball, just not even close to the strike zone. Very rare that you see that from him. Hopefully he has got that all figured out now. Henry Davis sets the pitch and fouled off. 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball down and away. Shaw was able to get a piece of it to stay alive in this at-bat. 4 of you in here right now. One more time, if you are new here to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live again. There's another foul ball. Also, like and share this video. and comment in the live chat, just like Flacco and Joe. Appreciate you guys that have done so. We are up to 406 subscribers on the channel here recently in the past week, breaking 400 subscribers. Thank you to those of you who helped the channel reach this point. There's a 2-2, 89-mile-an-hour sinker. Not close, so now Shaw works the count full. Skeens in danger here of walking his first batter of the ball game. Here is his 36th pitch of the afternoon, 100. Bowed back and out of play. Skeens touching triple digits for the first time today, I believe. Also, haven't seen that a ton from him this year either. Last year, he just came out of the gate, out of the box, blowing fire. Rare he's touched triple digits this year, but he did so there. 99 again, close to 100. That is a soft pop out to Spencer Horwitz at first. And now Reese McGuire will come up to the plate. One gone here for Paul Skeens. McGuire steps in. The pitch here from Tall Paul. That one misses there. Not sure where, but it is ball one. That's more like it there from Skeens. Breaking ball right there for strike one. Skeens on a decent pace so far. The hit from Ian Happ in the first inning spiked his pitch count a little bit. There's a ball again, 2-1 now. If he can get through 3 innings here, probably under 45 pitches, he will be in good shape to go fairly deep into today's ball game, barring, of course, that there is some sort of, pitch count limit by manager Donnie Kelly. Reese McGuire, he will hammer that one into right field. Pretty much the same exact hit delivered by Ian Happ in the first inning. The Cubs, they have a runner in the bottom of the third. Now, speaking of Ian Happ here, he comes back up to the plate. The 1-9 hitters with the 2 hits for the Cubs here today. Pitch here from Skeens, 98-mile-an-hour fastball, just missed. Ball one. See if anything is going on here on X. Anything interesting? Mainly my feed, just Pittsburgh media members talking about the U.S. Open taking place in Pittsburgh. Wonder if they have halted play, if they got dumped on, just like how it is pouring in my neck of the woods. 1-1 here from Paul Skeens to Ian Happ. 98-mile-an-hour fastball inside for ball 2. 2-1 now. Here's the 2-1 again from Skeens. And swing and a miss, and the bat flies out of Ian Happ's hands, and it reaches the seats. Wow. Ian Happ swung and missed. The bat actually carried into foul territory down the right field line. It went all the way past the Bucks dugout, bounced off the ground, and then found a little bit of a hole in the protective netting. Wound up in the first row of seats. A group of ladies there taking in today's ball game. They immediately go to their phones telling, I guess, their friends and family members that, hey, the bat just landed near us. They had to give it back, of course. Hopefully with a little bit more pine tar on it now. Ian Happ back in there on a 2-2 pitch here from Skeens again. misses well outside the zone. 3-2 now. Full count. Skeens winds, delivers, and close, but a hold by Ian Happ. He walks him, and now there is 2 on here with 1 away. Skeens up to 47 pitches here. I know he's a guy that you don't worry about too often, but you might, maybe even after this batter here, Kyle Tucker, very dangerous batter right here. A little surprised that there wasn't any sort of a mound visit there to help slow things down for Skeens. Foul ball there by Kyle Tucker, 0-1. Flew out to Adam Frazier in the first inning. This time now, you would hope that there'd be a nice ground ball rolled over to one of the middle infielders here. Turn a quick double play. Get Skeens out of the inning here. This will be his 50th pitch of the ball game, halfway to 100 for Skeens. The 1-1. Fouled off again, 92-mile-an-hour splinker. Tucker just getting a piece of that one. It's now 1-2 here. Probably a pitch Skeens would like to go back to here in hopes of getting a double play ball. Davis sets. Skeens' fastball command is just not there right now. Well high and outside. The fastball command all of a sudden being a bit worrisome here in inning number 3. Checks the runner at second, delivers, and Kyle Tucker hits a high fly ball, and it will reach the seats down the right field line. Breaking ball was up there for a bit. If that ball was in play, it would have probably been caught by Brian Reynolds, but the runner at second had a good opportunity to move up to third. Kyle Tucker almost hit a home run last night. That was just barely foul. Check swing there on the 2-2 pitch. No go, says the third base umpire. It's now full count again. And it indeed was a hold there upon the replay. 3-2 again here from Skeens, really taxing his pitch count this inning. 87-mile-an-hour breaking ball fouled straight up, and it reaches the seats behind home plate. He'll now throw his 55th pitch of the ball game. Cubbies really making him work here. The 3-2 again. 89 on the outside corner, fouled off again. We'll do 3-2 again, regardless of how this at-bat goes. You might want to get out there and get a visit to Skeens, let him catch his breath. Foul ball again. Kyle Tucker and Skeens locked in one hell of a duel right now. Kyle Tucker, very efficient this year. Hits this ball to right center field. The crowd reacted as if it might have been a home run, but it is caught by Brian Reynolds. Gets the ball in. No advance from the runners. Of course, again, it is the catcher, McGuire. Catcher's not really the most fleet of foot. I should know. I would know. I'm a catcher. Now 2 gone here. And there indeed is the mound visit here from Henry Davis. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the shortstop, also in there. A 3-man meeting on the mound. Good veteran awareness there by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and by Henry Davis. Skeens giving him a quick breather here before he attacks Seiya Suzuki. Mound visit now over. Henry Davis returns to his home behind home plate. Suzuki now steps in. Skeens got him on the strikeout in the first inning. 86-mile-an-hour breaking ball misses down and away. 1-0. Already here in the bottom of the third inning, the way Cade Horton is pitching on the other side. This is a pretty pivotal moment in this ball game already. Swinging strike just now from Seiya Suzuki. Henry Davis faking like he was going to make a pickoff move towards second base, maybe catch the catcher Reese McGuire out there napping. 2-1 now. Team's missing with that pitch again. He has now thrown over 60 pitches in the ballgame here, and we're not even out of the third inning. Wonder how many pitches this is just this bottom half of the third. Probably looking at 30 pitches at least in this inning so far. 99 at the top of the strike zone there, fouled back by Suzuki. Greg Brown, and there he is right there. The bullpen already being activated here for the Bucks. Chase Shugart up and throwing. This is going to be about 50 pitches in the inning here, says Bob Walk, and it's finally going to come to an end here. It does. A very long bottom third of the inning for Skeens. It ends with a pop out to Nick Gonzalez in shallow right field, and as they go to commercial there, Skeens looks like he had a brief word with one of the umpires. Wonder what that was about. But anyway, we finally are moving on to the fourth inning. We'll be back here in a moment. Welcome back. Andrew McCutcheon up now for the Bucks. He looks at that strike one here We are finally on to the top of the fourth, a long bottom half of the third inning. Paul Skeens threw a lot of pitches, but somehow was able to get out of it unscathed. A drizzle coming down at Wrigley Field. Lots of fans in the stands with rain ponchos on. The lights have also been turned on at Wrigley. Not quite sure if they were on at the start of today's ball game. 1-2 now from McCutchen, swinging and missing there. Here's the 1-2 from Cade Horton. And McCutchen down on strikes. 98 up and in. McCutchen can't catch up to it. One gone here for the Cubs. Horton pretty efficient so far. That was his 39th pitch of the ball game. Well below the total Paul Skeens has thrown. The Bucks bats, they at least need to get a couple of base runners here, not just to show that they have a sign of life offensively, but to give Paul Skeens a break here before he goes back out again. Brian Reynolds swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. And now he sees a 97-mile-an-hour fastball miss outside, 1-1. And Reynolds gets a piece of 88. It's going to be a flare into left field, and making the catch near the foul line, Ian Happ. Third baseman Matt Shaw was also tracking it, but he yielded to the left fielder Happ. Now quickly 2 gone here for the Bucks. One more time as I have a break here. If you are new here, please be sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I'm live again. Also, feel free to comment in the comment section, just like Joe, Flacco, and Alex have already done so today. This one, a grounder here by Spencer Horwitz, knocked down by Cade Horton. Throw on the first, and not in time. Spencer Horwitz legging out an infield single right there. A one-hop chopper right back at Cade Horton. He got his glove up. He knocked it down. It rolled over towards the Cubs dugout and fired a strong throw to first base, but Horwitz, even though he is not the fastest guy out there on that ball field today, was able to beat it out. Now Nick Gonzalez. 95 well inside for a ball. A 235 batting average and a short sample size for Gonzalez this year. Has been playing pretty regularly since returning from injury. Watches that one now. 93 down and out of the zone. 2-0 here from Nick Gonzalez. In a good spot to possibly do some damage. He's got the pop to do it, even in the rain. The golden boy of Ben Cherington's drafting now sees ball 3, bottom of the zone, 3-0 here. And I would imagine, except for a pitch that you're looking right down the heart of the plate, he is going to be taking here, trying to get on base for Adam Frazier, the lefty behind him. Pickoff move before the 3-0 from Horton. Horwitz back safely. Horton winds, delivers, and a 4-pitch walk. Had to take a brief pause there. That pitch was on the black at the top of the zone, but the Pirates, they get a break there. A 4-pitch walk for Cade Horton. Runners at first and second for Adam Frazier. And just like what happened with Paul Skeens, the pitching coach for the Cubs will go out and pay his young right-hander a visit. See if anything else is going on Twitter. Not seeing much here. Seeing a bunch of Scotty Scheffler, apparently. He finishes +4 at the U.S. Open today in Oakmont. Even some of the best golfers in the world having a tough time at Oakmont Country Club in Pittsburgh. Now Adam Frazier, he will take a strike there, 0-1. Positive sign here for the Bucks. With 2 outs here, they get a pair of base runners. Can Adam Frazier come through with a big hit? At least get Spencer Horwitz home here and get Paul Skeens a lead before he heads back out on the bump. One here. About to be delivered from Horton. Ball in the dirt. 2-1 now. That was his 51st pitch of the afternoon. Just like how the Bucks, or how the Cubs made Paul Skeens work. The Bucks making Horton throw a little bit of extra pitches. 96 just barely gets a piece of the upper outside corner of the strike zone. Frazier, all he can do is watch that one. Couldn't have done anything with it if he swung. 2-2 now. Checking Horwitz at second, the pitch. And Frazier with a ball hit out to left field, but Crow Armstrong, very fast, gets to it, tracks it down, and the danger caused by the Bucks is put to rest. Going to take another quick break here before the bottom of the 4th inning, still scoreless in Wrigley. Welcome back. Still scoreless out in Chicago. No runs for either ball club, but 2 hits apiece for each team. The last half inning here, they are showing video. The grounds crew out at Wrigley Field, not only replacing the bases, but also throwing some sawdust and dry dirt down on the mound for Paul Skeens, who right there throws his 64th pitch already of the ball game. Pete Crow Armstrong, the cleanup hitter today, just made a nice running catch there to end the top of the 4th inning. He leads off the bottom of the 4th inning 0-1 here from Skeens, fouled off again by PCA. 0-2 now. Looking hopefully for a very, very quick inning here from Paul Skeens. Maybe get him to a 5th inning. And then, nifty play there from Skeens. Pitch at the bottom of the zone. Armstrong grounded it right to Skeens. He had to get his glove down there. Did so cleanly, and Crow Armstrong retired there. Maybe gives Skeens a little pat on the back as he runs by to his dugout, maybe saying nice play. Yeah, very great play there by Skeens. Ball was a liner to actually hit the mound, and then Skeens was able to glove it on the hop. And hitting the mound like that, you don't know how the ball is going to bounce there. So good play by Skeens. Here comes his 1-0 pitch to the shortstop for the Cubbies today, Dansby Swanson, the former Atlanta Brave. Signed a big contract in Chicago a couple of years ago. Now they're showing the replay. Skeens maybe saying something to PCA. PCA giving a laugh and a smack on the back as they run by, both of them. Smiles on their faces. 1-1 here. Coming to Dansby Swanson. Skeens maybe calling his own pitch there, reaching towards his belt to the pitch calm. Nice breaking ball there, 85 mile an hour. When he's been able to locate that today, it has been untouchable. 1-2 now. Does he go to the well again? No, instead he goes with an 88 mile an hour sinker in the dirt. Swanson swings and misses badly. Another strikeout for Skeens. Quickly 2 away here for the reigning NL Rookie of the Year. This will be pitch Evgeny Malkin of the ball game. Pitch 71. Michael Busch, the first baseman in there, sees a fastball go high for ball 1. Skeens winds, delivers another breaking ball there. Misses badly. It's now 2-0. I want to say that's the same pitch he's thrown a bit of today. The curveball, it's been hit or miss. The slider that he's been using has been very effective. There's a slider there at the top of the zone. Gets a strike call there. 2-1 is now the count. Wines delivers. Busch, a hard hit ball there out to left field. Frazier going back, and it is off of the ivy, and it will be a double for Michael Busch. It actually hit one of the curved parts of the ivy wall out there. Thankfully, it did not bounce too far away from Adam Frazier. And thankfully, it didn't wind up in the baskets out there where it would have been a home run. So it is a long double for Michael Busch. And now Nico Horner steps up here with an RBI opportunity. Ball 1 to the second baseman, the 12th double of the year for Michael Busch. Skeens delivers again. Ball misses on the fastball there, and Henry Davis, with Skeens having a bit of command issues now, will run out there to talk with his pitcher. Maybe not so much a strategy visit there, just, hey, You're one of the best pitchers on the planet. Half of your stuff is borderline untouchable. Let's just go at this guy here. Reel it in for one batter here. Get out of the inning. Get back in the dugouts. And get the bats up and rolling. This will be Skeens' 77th pitch of the ball game coming up. If he can get out of this inning here on this batter, he'll probably be able to go for the 5th inning, and he will. Ground ball to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Accurate throw to first base, and Skeens gets out of it. Solid, well-timed visit there to the mound by Henry Davis. Calms down his pitcher. Very next pitch, they get out of it, and we are still scoreless. Heading to the 5th inning at Wrigley Field. Going to take a pause here. We're going to talk about some other news going on in the Pittsburgh sports world. This one actually related to baseball here, kind of involving the Bucks. The Milwaukee Brewers, their division rival, making a trade this morning. Right-handed pitcher Aaron Savali. Savali, it was his birthday yesterday. It was reported that he was going to be transferred from the starting rotation to the bullpen. He didn't like that idea very, very much, requested a trade. He got dealt this morning to baseball hell. Well, the Pirates, they are one of the baseball hell destinations, only Paul Skeens being an angel in Pittsburgh. But Savali, he heads to Chicago, not the Cubs, but the White Sox. First baseman Andrew Vaughn, he will go the other way in this deal. Andrew Vaughn, once promising first base prospect for the White Sox, has had a very down year there in Chicago. He now heads to Milwaukee, and wouldn't it be a most Milwaukee Brewers move ever to get rid of a pitcher, and then all of a sudden they bring in this first baseman that they bought low on, and he'll turn into a good player for them, because that's just how things go for the Brewers. Sound developmental system that they got going there. Also, another bit of news here. I meant to say this earlier, but I'll get to it now. Shout out to my shirt here. Shout out to some guys at the U.S. Open. I believe when Scotty Scheffler hit a drive out there today, three men or so yelled after the swing, "Sell the team, Bob." Pittsburghers, one of a kind, gotta tell you. Indeed, sell the team, Bob. There's Key Brian Hayes to lead off the inning. Per usual, a weak grounder to the third baseman, Matt Shaw, throw on the first for the out. Now Hank Davis steps up, has cooled down over the past couple of weeks when he, first started getting more playing time with Joey Bart getting knocked out of the lineup with a concussion. Davis, in the first handful of games since becoming the number one catcher, he was hot. Now, recently, fallen back on some difficult times. 0 for 1 in today's ball game. Fouled back and out of play there. 1-1, or 1-2 now is the count. Davis, of course, ever the sight there with no batting gloves. Watch that 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball down and in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 now. Horton about to deliver his 60th pitch of the afternoon. And on that 60th pitch, gets another half-hearted attempt of a swing. This time out of Henry Davis. He goes down on strikes 2 away now. 4 of you in here right now. Welcome back to the stream. I've seen the numbers of viewers bounce up and down throughout today's stream. Appreciate you for joining me. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Like, share this live stream, and comment in the live chat. You know the drill. Appreciate you all for joining me here today. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa hoping to turn the lineup back over here to O'Neal Cruz. He will not be able to do so. A grounder there to Dansby Swanson. Once again, the Bucks go down in order. 1, 2, 3. Heading to the top of the fifth. We'll see if Paul Skeens heads back out there in a minute. Welcome back. Paul Skeens, indeed, back out there for the bottom of the fifth, just through his 78th pitch of the ball game to get ahead on a first pitch strike. Matt Shaw, the third baseman, up to bat here. Batters 8, 9, and then back to the top of the order with Ian Happ due up this inning. Shaw lined out in the third inning. Skeens winds and delivers a 0-2 pitch. Shaw getting a good rip at that one, but it will reach the crowd down the left field line. Count remains 0-2. You get the score bug back up here again. There it is. 98 mile an hour sinker there. Misses down and outside the zone. Count now moves to 1-2, showing someone in the crowd. Not quite sure who that is. 98 mile an hour fastball, top of the zone there. Fouled off. 1-2 again. Gotta wonder what kind of leash Donnie Kelly has on Paul Skeens here. He'll be throwing his 83rd pitch here. Gotta wonder if they talked about it before this half of the inning start. Hey, you're only getting 2 batters. Or if a guy gets on, we're going to come get you. Last we knew, Chase Shugart was warming in the bullpen. Looks like Ben Zobrist, former Chicago Cub and World Series champion, is in attendance there. Foul ball again here for Matt Shaw. The count is 2-2 on him. Shaw, again, like some other batters in this Cubs lineup, making Skeens work, and the battle finally comes to an end. Paul Skeens gets the strikeout. Fastball, top of the zone. Good luck catching up to the Express right there. 99. And now it is McGuire, the catcher, batting ninth in today's lineup. He will come up here. Had to hit his first at-bat, lined one into right field, just like Ian Happ, the batter who will come up next, did in the first inning. McGuire, I believe he is the backup catcher in Chicago for the Cubs. So he must not have, that many plate appearances, but still, though, a 296, I think I just saw batting average for him. Pretty well for him. 2-0 pitch from Skeens here. McGuire will lift this one into center field. O'Neal Cruz running back on it, and he makes the catch on the lip of the warning track. Made that look pretty routine. Just sort of kept jogging back on that ball, kept carrying, but he made the catch pretty comfortably. So now 2 away, Ian Happ back up for his third plate appearance of the afternoon. Skeens with the mist still coming down in Chicago. Fires pitch number 1 in there and a strike call, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Happ 1 for 1 with a single followed up by a walk, continuing his career-long success against the Pirates here today. Back to the fastball again. Skeens misses 1-1 now. Here comes the 1-1 from Skeens. And that breaking ball there bounces well ahead of the plate. Henry Davis couldn't even get a glove on it. It hits off the backstop and bounces over towards the Cubs dugout. 2-1 now. Skeens asks for a new ball. Didn't like that one. Here comes the 2-1. Again misses. 3-1 now. A predicament here for Paul Skeens. You don't want to groove something in there for Ian Happ to do damage on. You also don't want to walk him and bring up Kyle Tucker. And missing again. Ball 4. So Happ now on base. Kyle Tucker. The tough lefties coming up. Donnie Kelly shifting his feet, but not going to go get Skeens. So with 93 pitches in the ballgame here, Paul Skeens is going to face a dangerous lefty hitter. Designated hitter Kyle Tucker. Skeens misses there, ball 1. Command, an issue here with his fastball. He's been spotty with it as this game has gone on. Ryan Barucki, the left-hander, is up in the bullpen. Gotta think he will be possibly coming out here if Skeens cannot get Tucker. You got a right-handed hitting Seiya Suzuki next, followed by a lefty in Pete Crow Armstrong. 1-0 to Tucker. This one driven out to left field, and it is going to hit off the wall and get down. Ian Happ, he rounds third. He's going to come home, throw to the plate. It's strong, and they got him! Out at home plate. The relay from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. A one-hop strike to Henry Davis. Beats Happ by a couple of steps. Ball was hit by Kyle Tucker out to the left center gap. It hit off of the fencing in that ivy brick wall. Took a good hop. O'Neal Cruz hitting Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Falefa, the transition. A one-hop strike to Henry Davis. Not sure why they sent Ian Happ, just trying to get that goose egg off the board. Nails Happ easily. And that will do it for the 5th inning. Hell of a play there by Oneil Cruz, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and Henry Davis. The ball game still tied at 0. The Bucks coming up to bat. That was probably it for Paul Skeens for the day. I believe he's at 95 or 96 pitches. So unless Donnie Kelly maybe sends him back out there for one batter against the righty Seiya Suzuki next inning, that's going to be it for him. We'll see what happens. The Bucks, can they get a run for Skeens, get him in line for the win? We will see here. Going to take a brief break. We'll be back with the Bucks coming to bat. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A possible shift of momentum in this ball game. The Pirates, Oneil Cruz, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and Henry Davis combining on a throwout at the plate of Ian Happ. And now it is the top of the order here for the Bucks. Oneil Cruz kicks off the top of the 6th inning. They're showing Oneil Cruz running pretty at a fast pace to get in there and get his batting gear on. And there is a base runner for the Bucks. Oneil Cruz, a leadoff single into left center field. The Bucks got a base runner here. Cade Horton, the pitcher, has been dealing for the Cubs here this afternoon. Been very efficient as well. I think that was just his 64th pitch of the ball game. That was his 65th, excuse me, here in the 6th inning. Being very efficient, but Oneil Cruz, a good threat to swipe a bag here. McCutchen now up. Watches that ball inside miss for ball 1. The Bucks just trying to get a run across here. Get Paul Skeens in line for the win. McCutchen 0 for 2. The 1-0 from Horton. That ball misses low. Another breaking ball, 83 miles an hour, misses low and in the dirt. 2-0. And now we get a mound visit here. Reese McGuire, the catcher, goes out to talk to the young pitcher, Cade Horton, the veteran catcher and the young pitcher. Almost shades of what it looked like when Yasmani Grandal was Paul Skeens' personal catcher last year. You want to pair up a savvy veteran catcher who's been in the league for a little while with a young pitcher. Sort of calm down the nerves. Let's see if that works here. The 2-0 from Horton. Fastball, gets a call there. Might have just barely nicked the inside bottom corner of the strike zone. If it did, it didn't catch the strike zone much. 2-1 now. McCutchen waits. Another pickoff here from Horton. That is his now second disengagement, I believe. So Oneil Cruz here on a 2-1 pitch has a good opportunity opportunity to possibly go take second base. Pick off again here from Horton. And now that's the second disengagement. My bad. So now it is 2 throwovers here from Cade Horton. He's now got to throw to Andrew McCutcheon. If not, that throw over to first base better be right on the money to nail O'Neal Cruz. Pitch to McCutcheon, swing and a miss on a pitch right down the middle. And O'Neal Cruz steals second base. That play was closer than I thought it was going to be. Got to see how much of a jump O'Neal Cruz got there. He went, pretty good jump. O'Neal Cruz sliding headfirst, getting the outside corner of that second base bag. So now a runner is in score position for Andrew McCutcheon. 2-2 pitch. McCutcheon takes ball 3 down low. 3-2 now. That is O'Neal Cruz's 25th stolen base of the year. 25 stolen bases, 13 home runs. Going to be tough for him to reach the 30-30 mark of the season. He'll have to start mashing home runs like crazy, but could he be maybe a 20-30 guy, a 30-40 guy? We'll see. Ground ball here to shortstop, but O'Neal Cruz will move up. So that slow chopper to Dansby Swanson. He retires McCutcheon, but Cruz is now at third, 90 feet away here with Brian Reynolds up. They just showed, again, the crowd reaction to that throw out at the plate by the Bucks last inning. Bunch of fans with their arms up in the air, and then when the out call is made by the home plate umpire, hands go to the heads. 0-1 here on Brian Reynolds. Fouled off the first pitch he saw here, just trying to get a ball airborne to the outfield to get home. O'Neal Cruz, 0-2 now, watches that fastball in there. So now in a tough spot, he'll take his timeout. Looks like the infield is playing up here on the edge of the grass. They'll throw home, try to keep this ball game tied at 0-0. Maybe if Reynolds even gets, a fly ball to moderate, outfield depth, maybe even shallow O'Neal Cruz. We know how speedy he is. It'll be a tough test to get him out. 1-2 now on Reynolds. Caleb Thielbar, the 36-year-old left-handed pitcher, is up in the bullpen for the Cubs. 1-2 for Reynolds. That pitch misses up high. 2-2 now. The count back to even. With runners in scoring position this year, Reynolds, 30 RBIs. Swings and misses at that one. He's going to run to first, throw to first, finally records the out. So now 2 away. Swinging and missing on a pitch in the dirt. O'Neal Cruz was dancing off of third base. Reynolds had the wherewithal to jog to first. The catcher, Reese McGuire, pump fake the throw to third base. That kept Cruz there. And there goes Craig Counsell, the former Milwaukee Brewers manager. He's going to go to the bullpen. It'll be a no decision for Cade Horton, but a excellent game pitched there by that young pitcher. Thielbar, the lefty, will come in here to face Spencer Horwitz. Now we remain Runner at third. O'Neal Cruz with 2 outs. Still in the top of the 6th here. I'll be back here in a moment with a new pitcher, Caleb Thielbar, coming on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Paul Skeens is up there on the railing of the dugout, so that's a sign that his day is done. He's not pacing up and down the dugout like he does when he's about to go back out there to pitch. So, unless Spencer Horwitz could come through with an RBI hit here, Skeens will get a no decision today. Strike one there from the new pitcher, lefty Caleb Thielbar, the former Minnesota Twin, to the lefty hitting first baseman Spencer Horwitz. 1 for 2 today is Horwitz. He'll chop this one to the second baseman Nico Horner, and the leadoff single by O'Neal Cruz is spoiled. No decision for either of the starting pitchers in today's ball game. I assume Ryan Barucki will be coming on here. He was warming up in the bullpen last we saw. In the meantime, let me do a check of Twitter, see if we got anything new news-wise going on for any of the Pittsburgh sports teams. Real quick, had one more bit of information I had saved here to talk about on today's broadcast. Interesting enough, I guess this guy wasn't, out of the job too long. Bob Nightingale, MLB Insider, posted 3 hours ago, just before today's ball game, that Derek Shelton, the former Buccos manager, that is almost a unspoken name here among Pirates fans. He has a new duty. He will be working the MLB Draft Combine for MLB Network next week. So if you have MLB Network out there, don't be too shocked if Derek Shelton pops up on your screen, and you can prepare yourselves to, possibly not throw a TV remote through the TV at him. Just preparing you mentally that Derek Shelton will be gracing your TV screens soon. Just a quick review of how the starting pitchers did here today. Paul Skeens, 5 full innings, gave up 4 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 5. As for Cade Horton, he went 5 2/3 innings pitched today, gave up just 3 hits, walked 1, and struck out 4. And now we are back with the ball game. It is not Ryan Barucki. Instead, welcome back to the big leagues. He was recalled earlier this week. Carmen Mlodzinski will take the mound here for the Bucks. And this is a promising sight here, ladies and gentlemen. Mlodzinski started off the season as a starting pitcher with the big league club, had his struggles, went down to AAA, was still a starting pitcher. And now he is back in the big leagues reportedly as a bulk reliever, which honestly, I don't want to say, hey, you're never going to be a starting pitcher in the MLB, but right now at this point in his career, this is probably the best position for him as a bulk reliever. He takes over here in the bottom of the 6th inning. His first pitch back with the Pirates is a strike on the outside edge to Seiya Suzuki. Mlodzinski recently commented on his promotion back to the big leagues, saying that, he still wants to be a big league pitcher, but he's not going to be complaining about being in the majors. What was said to him about his promotion is that the organization wanted their best pitchers with the big league squad, whether they're starters or relievers. So that's why Mlodzinski is back up there. The 1-2 here to Seiya Suzuki. This one is going to be roped into left field for a base hit. Not sure if that was a breaking ball or not, but it was on the outside part of the plate. Indeed, it was a slider, and Suzuki, he got out in front of it enough to where even though it was a outside half of the plate pitch, he was able to get it into left field. So a base runner to start off here for the Cubs. Forgot to update my banner here. Last half inning. We are in the bottom of the 6th here. Still a scoreless game, but it might not stay that way for long. The dangerous Pete Crow Armstrong will now hit. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 97 on the upper outside corner for Mlodzinski. Looks like it is Ryan Brazier, the righty, about to come into the ball game next half inning for the Cubs. So Caleb Thielbar just needed to get that one batter out. Horwitz. This one hit into right field. It's down, and good throw in by Brian Reynolds to hold Seiya Suzuki at second there. A single for Crow Armstrong. Almost right at Reynolds. Suzuki actually wasn't going to try to get to third on that play. He had to hold up. It was a line drive right at Reynolds. Ground ball here to Key Brian Hayes. On to second for one. On to first. Great stretch and great job holding his toe on the bag by Spencer Horwitz. A double play there by Dansby Swanson. First pitch swinging right at Key Brian Hayes. Tosses it to Nick Gonzalez. Nicky G to Spencer Horwitz. Horwitz stretching out there and keeping his toe on the bag. Great bounce back pitch there from Mlodzinski. And after it looking like the Cubs were threatening with 2 on and nobody out, Mlodzinski now just one pitch away of getting out of this inning. 2 outs here with the runner Suzuki at third here. Michael Bush, the first baseman, watches that 0-1 pitch inside for a ball. 1-1 now. Mlodzinski nods and delivers. Bush swings at that pitch high in the zone. It's a fly ball, and great job. Carmen Mlodzinski limboing his way out of danger. Routine fly out to Adam Frazier there in left field. The Cubs, they get 2 early base runners, but a double play and a lazy fly out strand Suzuki at third. The Bucks back up to bat here as we head to the 7th inning. I'll be back here in a moment. Thank you for tuning in. Like and share this live stream, comment in the live chat, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notification. The Bucks coming back up here in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Pirates coming up to bat here in the top of the 7th inning after stranding a go-ahead run at third base. Ryan Brazier on the pitch for the Chicago Cubs. Nick Gonzalez, the second baseman, up to bat here, swings at that bad pitch down in the dirt. That makes it a 1-1 count. They just showed on the TV screen over here. This is game 2 of a 4-game set against the Chicago Cubs. 2 more games to play this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Both games at 2:20 p.m., just like today. It'll be Mike Burrows going against Matthew Boyd for the Cubs tomorrow. Followed by Sunday, it will be Mitch Keller against Colin Ray, the former Milwaukee Brewer, who followed his old manager, Craig Counsell, to Chicago. We'll come back here on Monday with a normal live stream of Pittsburgh sports news, tell you what all happens in those 2 games. But let's see how things go here today. See if the Bucks can tie up this series at 1 apiece. Here's Paul Skeens talking in the dugout with Andrew Heaney. A 2-2 pitch here to Nick Gonzalez. That fastball misses down below the zone. 3-2. A chance to get an early base runner again. Nick Gonzalez with some half-decent wheels. Not the fastest guy on the team, but he could swipe a base if he's given the opportunity. Instead, he'll chop this one here to the third baseman, Matt Shaw, on the first in time that gets him 1 away. And now we'll bring up Adam Frazier. Let's take a quick stroll here through Twitter, see what all goes on. See if we got any more new news going on. Not much going on. Like I said, the U.S. Open taking place at Oakmont Country Club. We're taking care of what the Bucks are doing here. The Pittsburgh Pirates, or the Penguins, aside from a interesting development of Mario Lemieux possibly buying back the team from Fenway Sports Group. The Pens, Kyle Dubas, general manager, and head coach Dan Muse, they are getting ready for the NHL draft coming up here in 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, it is 2 weeks to the day that the NHL draft is supposed to take place out in Los Angeles, but who knows if that will be the venue for the draft with all the unrest out there. And then as for the Steelers, we are entering into a pretty silent, dead period for them. They just wrapped up their mini camp, and they are now off for the next month and change before they report to training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, not too far from Pittsburgh or where I reside. Adam Frazier goes down and gets that ball, and he will knock it into left center field, a base hit. So Frazier, the former All-Star with the Bucks in, I believe, 2019, he is now on base here. Ke'Bryan Hayes, 0 for 2 today, is up to bat. That pitch, 93, just skims the bottom of the strike zone, gets a call there by the umpire, 0-1. Hayes here. Got a time called here by the home plate umpire. Not sure if Hayes called timeout or not there. Have no idea. Another lefty up in the bullpen for the Cubs. Brazier misses on that pitch, 1-1. Henry Davis is due up here after Hayes. Not sure why they would have a lefty. You got Henry Davis and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, 2 righties, due up before the lineup flips over to a lefty in O'Neal Cruz. We'll have to see what Craig Counsell is thinking here. Skeens still watching on there with Andrew Heaney, who pitched yesterday. Tossed a quality game for him, but just made 2 bad pitches, gave up 2 home runs for 3 earned. To be honest, not get used to seeing Andrew Heaney in the Pirates dugout beyond the next month, probably. Signed a 1-year deal, $5 million, most likely going to get flipped at the deadline with the Bucks being sellers. Of course, you love hearing that in year 6 of a rebuild. Good job, Ben Cherington and Bob Nutting. 2-1 here for Hayes. Runner on first with 1 gone. The pitch and misses again. 3-1 now to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Good opportunity for the Bucks here. If he can draw a walk, get a big power bat in Henry Davis up to the plate. 3-1. That misses outside. Oh, no! The most gracious call of the ball game. A pitch probably a good 2 inches off the outside half of the strike zone. And that will come back to bite the Bucks. It is a strike him out, throw him out double play. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. The home plate umpire gives the Cubs a gracious strike call. Ke'Bryan Hayes swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Adam Frazier gets nabbed at second base trying to steal, and Donnie Kelly is jogging out there to have a conversation with the umpire. We'll have to see if this develops into anything. Terrible call. I'm going to share my screen here for a quick second, show you where that pitch was, folks. That was an absolute horrendous call. Stupid ad here. I can't get rid of it. Let me see. Can I click on it? There it is, right there. Go away, ad. I can't get rid of this ad. I refresh the screen here, try to get this ad to go away. Here it comes, right here. Pitch number 5, right there. Good 2 inches off the plate. Gets called for a strike, and then Hayes swinging and missing on that pitch in the dirt. Terrible. Adam Frazier as well getting nabbed at second base for a strike him out, throw him out, inning-ending double play. We just saw before the Pittsburgh Sportsnet crew cut to a commercial, Donnie Kelly, not sure why he was heading out there, but he seemed to be running out towards the umpire at second base. We will have to see if anything developed of that, if he got tossed. We all know Donnie Kelly. I call him a young Jim Leland. You know, not shy of making his voice heard and getting tossed because of it. Now we are seeing what happened there. Kelly runs out there. He did go to the second base umpire, talked with him, but doesn't appear he got thrown out. They haven't said whether or not Kelly got tossed. Nico Horner gets his first hit of the ball game. It is a liner into left field. So an early base runner here for the Cubs. They're showing that tag at second base. Adam Frazier was sliding to the back half of the second base bag. Maybe Frazier was yelling to the dugout, not because he thought he was safe, but because there was maybe obstruction, a blocking of the base by Horner. Regardless, the Bucks did not challenge. The umpires didn't review it. That pitch from Carmen Mlodzinski back out there for his second inning of work. 0-2 on Shaw, the second baseman. You'd love for Mlodzinski to do what he did there last inning, get a roll over to Brian Hayes at third base, try to turn two here. Matt Shaw, a half check swing at that pitch, fouls it off back behind the Pirates dugout and out of play. Catcher Reese McGuire, he's a lefty. He is due up next. Donnie Kelly thinking about that matchup. He's got lefty Caleb Ferguson up in the bullpen, possibly ready to come in after Carmen Mlodzinski is done facing Matt Shaw here. There's a chopper, foul. Close to being fair. Not sure if Brian Hayes would have had a play on it regardless. Probably not. Count remains 1-2 here. Mlodzinski looks like he might be... No, he's not. He had the ball in his hand near the side of his belt. Wonder if he was possibly calling pitches on the pitch comm. Whatever was called there, it worked. 88-mile-an-hour breaking ball gets Matt Shaw swinging. And there's one away here. Good breaking ball. Not even close with that swing. One away here. And Mlodzinski is going to stay in the ball game here, at least face Reese McGuire here. First pitch swinging there, foul tip into Henry Davis's glove. First strike one. McGuire 1 for 2 today, had a single back in the third inning. If I had to guess, Mlodzinski probably going to face McGuire here, the catcher. And then when the lineup turns over here, the switch hitting Ian Happ, that is when you will see Caleb Ferguson come in and face Happ, turn him over to what I believe is his weaker side on the right-handed part of the plate. Fouled off there again by McGuire. He's in an 0-2 count here. A punch out or a grounder to one of the infielders. That would do quite well here for Carmen Mlodzinski, but before he delivers the 0-2 pitch, checks on the runner, Horner at first, back in standing up, making sure there is no hit and run play attempted here at all. This pitch, middle, McGuire lifts it into center field, yelled out. Catch is made by O'Neal Cruz. McGuire very upset that he missed that pitch. 97-mile-an-hour fastball, pretty much in the heart of the plate. And was very upset with himself that he didn't get more of it. Possibly either drive it into the gap or drive it out for a home run. Donnie Kelly, he remains in his spot in the dugout. He's going to let Carmen Mlodzinski face Ian Happ here. This is his fourth plate appearance of the ball game. He's reached all 3 times, singled in the first inning, has walked 2 other times against Paul Skeens. Now he faces Carmen Mlodzinski. Mlodzinski being got to be extra careful with him here. 1-1. Right-handed pitcher Brad Keller is up in the pen for the Cubs. Mlodzinski delivers this pitch. It's hit into right field, but thankfully right at Brian Reynolds. And good job, good 2 innings of work there for Carmen Mlodzinski in his comeback performance with the big league club. The game will remain tied at 0. We will head to the top of the 8th here in a moment. Looks like the Bucks, they'll probably be facing a new pitcher in Brad Keller. It'll be Henry Davis, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and O'Neal Cruz. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Bucks. When we come back, I'm going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Before I could even get back on here, Henry Davis with a leadoff double. 97-mile-an-hour fastball right in the middle of the plate from new pitcher Brad Keller. Davis almost hit that one out, just a couple feet shy of the basket out there in left field. It hit the top of the ivy brick wall, and it bounced past the left fielder, and now Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, good play. A tough bunt to get down, but IKF did it. Henry Davis now here to third, and just like that, the Bucks are in business. 2 pitches from Brad Keller. The first one hit off of the wall in left field by Henry Davis. The next, a perfect sacrifice bunt laid down by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And Davis, 90 feet away with O'Neal Cruz, who's 1 for 3 today, coming to the plate. Come on. Something. We need something here. Good point here by Greg Brown. Brad Keller, he was the pitcher in last night's ball game when the bases were loaded with 2 outs. The Bucks were down a run. He faced O'Neal Cruz. Cruz struck out, and on the pitch he struck out. It was a fastball right down the middle that he missed. A chance to redeem himself against Keller right here. 2-0. Infield, playing up, not quite on the grass, but about 2 steps shy of it. Anything hardly hit. If Davis breaks for the plate, they are coming home. Anything else, it'll be difficult. Davis, probably one of the fastest catchers in the MLB. And there is a chopper. It's the pitcher. It actually hits Davis in the back. He is safe at home. O'Neal Cruz chopped it right back to the pitcher, just to the left of the mound. The pitcher, Keller, threw it to the plate. It actually hit Davis, who was sliding in the back. Even if that, pitch is on the money to the catcher, McGuire, not sure he gets Davis. The ball didn't get too far away O'Neal Cruz safe at first. The Bucks have the lead, ladies and gentlemen, here in the top of the 8th. Let me get that goose egg off the board. There it is. With 1 out, Cruz delivers an RBI infield single. And now Andrew McCutchen, 0 for 3 today, comes up here in a big spot. Good job all around. That right there, they're showing Donnie Kelly, the phrase that has been coined around Pittsburgh, Donnie Ball. Leadoff double by Davis. Plays a bit of small ball, gets a sacrifice bunt out of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And Henry Davis, as soon as he saw contact, broke for home plate and got in there. 1-0 Pirates. Andrew McCutchen sees that pitch just below the zone. 2-1 now. A fielder's choice RBI is what they are calling it for O'Neal Cruz. McCutchen, 2-1. Here comes the pitch from Keller. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball started inside the zone. Wound up outside of it. McCutchen missed it. 2-2 now. Still showing Caleb Ferguson up in the bullpen for the Bucks. He will come in facing 2 left-handers. If that is the case, it'll start with Kyle Tucker, the designated hitter. Then he will face 1 righty in Seiya Suzuki and then another lefty in Pete Crow Armstrong. Ferguson will need to go through the heart of the lineup, 2, 3, and 4 for the Cubs. Fouled back there by Andrew McCutchen, 2-2 now. O'Neal Cruz still at first. Got to wonder if he will maybe decide to take second here. Shake of the head there twice by Keller. He now comes set. And here's the pitch. McCutchen. We've seen it quite a bit from Pirates batters here today. A half-hearted attempt at a swing on breaking balls below the zone. He goes down on strikes. 2 outs now. Brian Reynolds will now have his chance. 1 for 3 today. Can he continue the hot streak that he's been on over the past couple of weeks and deliver in a big spot here? A base hit most likely gets O'Neal Cruz to third. Even if he can find a gap out there with O'Neal Cruz's speed, Cruz will score. 1-1 here for Reynolds. Watched a strike go by, then just watched a ball miss. Backdoor breaking ball on the outer half of the plate. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Keller. Real quick, checks on Cruz at first. Got to be careful. That pickoff move in the dirt. Michael Bush, the first baseman, able to pick it. Cruz back in safely. Reynolds swings at that pitch, middle of the strike zone, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Gets fouled off of his leg. 1-2. Still the camera panning to Donnie Kelly a bunch here. Next to Gene Lamont in that dugout. Former Pirates skipper who was brought out of retirement to sort of be a advisor to the first-time manager Kelly. That ball misses. 2-2. The 2-2 Reynolds swings. This one diving, stopped by Michael Bush. Good play. That'll end the top half of the 8th inning. Looked to be a one-hop grounder. Bush, even if he didn't get that ball on the diving stop, Nico Horner, the second baseman, was right behind him. The ball steps on first, or Bush steps on first, and that'll do it for the Bucks. They do get that elusive first run of the ball game across. It is 1-0. Let me do a quick scroll here through Twitter, see if we got anything going on. Believe I saw something here. Let me see if I can find it. Never mind. Saw Brooke Pryor, Steelers beat reporter, post to Twitter Aaron Rodgers and Scotty Scheffler with an arrow to it. I thought for a second that she was, that Rodgers was there hanging out with Scotty Scheffler. Apparently that was not the case. She is covering the U.S. Open just like so many in Pittsburgh. And seeing if there is anything else going on here on Twitter. Not really seeing it. What I am seeing is a bunch of posts from various card collectors. Topps Series 2 dropping on Wednesday. Have a couple of boxes of cards on my way here. Hopefully I will be able to pull something good, but seeing a lot of good cards getting picked up already. Saw one of those strikeout K-shaped cards of Paul Skeens get pulled. Also saw an auto or two of Skeens get pulled as well. Looking to get something like that. We will see here when those boxes arrive. Now on to the bottom of the 8th inning here. Caleb Ferguson, as expected, on the pitch here. He's got to face two lefties here, fresh out of the pen, a lefty-on-lefty matchup. The first of them, Kyle Tucker, usually the right fielder for these Cubs, but he is DHing today, 1 for 3 in today's ball game. That hit for him was the pitch he lined off of the fencing out there in left field that then the Bucks got in and threw Ian Happ out on. Pitch there from Caleb Ferguson, swung on and fouled off by Kyle Tucker. 2-1 now. Strong outing from Carmen Majinski in relief. Went 2 scoreless innings. Turned a clutch double play. 94-mile-an-hour fastball there from Caleb. Misses above the zone. 3-1 here to Kyle Tucker. Do not want to give the Cubs any hope here. There is an 88-mile-an-hour breaking ball. That misses as well. So a 5-pitch walk for Caleb Ferguson. Not the start to the bottom half of the 8th that you wanted to see. Required to face 3 batters is Ferguson. He will now face the right-handed hitting Seiya Suzuki, followed by another lefty in Pete Crow Armstrong. In case we get past PCA, they just showed Dennis Santana, who's been a partial time closer for the Bucks this season. He's up in the bullpen. First pitch to Seiya Suzuki misses badly, and Henry Davis is going to go visit his pitcher. 6 pitches, 5 for balls from Ferguson. Needs to find some command here, and he needs to find it fast. Do not want to put 2 runners on here for Pete Crow Armstrong. I don't care if it's lefty on lefty. He is a very dangerous hitter to go against. There's a strike finally from Ferguson. 94, nearly in the middle of the zone. 1-1 now. Suzuki 1 for 3 today. Ferguson checks the runner at first, and he'll throw a pickoff, and Spencer Horwitz keeping that one from sailing over into foul territory. Ferguson on his pickoff. Horwitz had to reach up and over to get that. Thankfully, he was able to catch it. That pitch there from Ferguson fouled off, finally ahead of a batter here, 1-2. 4 of you in here right now, thank you for joining me here today. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live again. Also, feel free to like and share this video and comment in the live section if you feel like it. Get any thoughts, opinions, questions that you have on today's ball game, or just, thoughts and questions in general in there. I will be happy to pop those up on the screen and answer those. And Seiya Suzuki is going to line that one into left field. And the Pirates, they are in trouble. Backdoor breaking ball. Suzuki ropes it into left field again. And now there is 2 on with nobody out for Pete Crow Armstrong. Maybe there's a visit here at all from the pitching coach. Doesn't appear so. Ferguson against Crow Armstrong. A pivotal point in this ball game. And a double steal was just on there for the Cubs, but Crow Armstrong fouled the pitch back and out of play. Tucker and Suzuki sort of a hop-step start. They tried a double steal there to move runners up to second and third with nobody out, but thankfully Crow Armstrong fouled it off. This one grounded to Gonzalez. He will tag the runner out. Suzuki going to second. That pitch by Crow Armstrong was smoked right at Nick Gonzalez. He could not hold on to it. Sort of a one hopper that caught him in between. It hit him in the chest. Thankfully, it knocked down right in front of him. He thought about, tossing it to second to Kiner Falefa. Instead, he just tags out Suzuki. And it's going to be runners at first and third with 1 out. Would have been nice to get a double play there, but that will not be the case. As expected, Caleb Ferguson is going to exit here with the right-handed hitting Dansby Swanson coming up. Only is able to muster 1 out. Dennis Santana is coming in to pitch here. Going to take a brief break. Be back here in a minute. The Pirates looking to limbo their way out of another jam. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis Santana. He is coming in to pitch here, getting a righty-on-righty matchup against the shortstop of the Cubs, Dansby Swanson. A big part of this ball game right here. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Pirates up a run here in the bottom. of the 8th inning. Before we head to the 9th inning here, once this half inning is over, we got 2 pieces of breaking news I want to get to. The Pirates have just made a roster move, and also there is a rumor circulating about a possible trade relating to the Pittsburgh Penguins. First pitch taken for a ball by Dansby Swanson. Pete Crow Armstrong stole second base uncontested. So now runners are at second and third with 1 out. Swanson did not like that strike call. A pitch, yeah. He has the right to be upset that pitch was inside there, but the Bucks, they get a break just like how the Cubs got a break earlier in the ball game. That pitch there called a strike. Swanson showing some anger here, some frustrations with the home plate umpire, giving him a look back every now and again. 1-2 here from Dennis Santana. That pitch fouled off by Swanson. Remains 1-2. After Swanson is due up here, you have I believe a left-handed hitting Michael Bush, the first baseman. Got to wonder if you will intentionally walk him to get a right-handed hitting Nico Horner. This pitch grounded, and now a run will score. Pete Crow Armstrong is in a rundown, throwback to first. Dansby Swanson is there safe. The Cubs have tied the ball game. Swanson grounded it to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at short. The runner at third base, Tucker, he came in to score, but Pete Crow Armstrong, for some reason, wanted to try to advance to third. Kiner-Falefa tossed the ball to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Hayes ran him just about all the way back to second before flipping it to Nick Gonzalez, who tagged PCA out. Swanson at first now with 2 gone. What I was going to say before that ball was put in play was that if Santana was able to strike out Swanson, you might have saw Michael Bush, who's now batting, get intentionally walked to get a force at all bases and get a right-on-right matchup. But that doesn't appear to be a problem at all. There was just a chopper to the second baseman, Nick Gonzalez, on the first. The Cubs have tied up this ball game, and now the game will head to the 9th inning here, tied at 1. There's your new score, top of the 9th. Going to hit my breaking news graphic here. Sorry about that. So anyways, the 2 pieces of news that we have here. First off, the Pittsburgh Pirates have just made a roster move 6 minutes ago. The team posting that they have claimed right-hander Michael Darrell Hicks off of waivers from the Los Angeles Angels and have optioned him to AAA Indianapolis. The move, another move that they made to get him on the 40-man roster, catcher Endy Rodriguez has been put on the 60-day IL. Apparently he is dealing with an injury again. He is, he's dealing with his arm injury again. He is going to be on the shelf for 60-plus days again. You hate seeing that. We remember the injury he had, just a routine throw down to second base practice, like what catchers always do, and must have re-aggravated something in his arm. He will be on the 60-day shelf again. At least the good news is that Joey Bart, he should be back here in a short time. The second bit of breaking news that I wanted to touch on Pierre LeBrun, NHL insider, rumors and reports circulating like crazy. Apparently, plenty of teams, per Pierre LeBrun, are calling on Brian Rust, checking in on his availability. I hate that that's, a possibility. As a matter of fact, if you look right there, I got my trusty Brian Rust throwback jersey right there. I'd hate for that to go into the pile of old jerseys of traded players. But that is the newest report from Pierre LeBrun. That was about an hour ago. Don't want it to happen, but wouldn't be shocked if it is. The Penguins going into a rebuild this year, probably looking at another year of, bottom feeding in the league, trying to get Gavin McKenna, who is being talked about as the next generational prospect to come out in the draft next year. We will see. But yeah, they're from Pierre LeBrun. Brian Rust could be on the move here. Teams calling about his availability. If I had to guess Kyle Dubas, I bet he puts a high price tag on Brian Rust for multiple reasons. Rust still in his mid-30s. He's still producing very, very well, playing alongside Sidney Crosby. Also, that's the thing. He's playing alongside Sidney Crosby. I'm sure you want to keep Sid, give Sid whoever he wants on a line, keep him happy. So I expect a high price tag to be put on Brian Rust. Right now, we will see if anything comes of that here in the coming days. Probably you'll expect some trades and extensions getting signed here when the NHL Stanley Cup Finals wrap up within the next week. Back to the baseball game here following that breaking news. Let me pop the score bug back up here. Spencer Horwitz drew a leadoff walk here. Brian Hayes is now up. The corners of the infield are playing up here on Nick Gonzalez, maybe expecting a bunt. Pickoff first goes to first base. Jared Triolo now pinch running for Spencer Horwitz. So Triolo much faster than Horwitz. He'll also go in and play first base most surely after this inning. First pitch to Nick Gonzalez is a strike there from new pitcher Daniel Palencia, veteran right-hander. I think he's maybe mid to late 20s, if I remember correctly. Palencia throws again a strike, this time swinging. Nick Gonzalez cannot lay off of that breaking ball going down and out of the zone today. It's now 0-2 on him. Maybe there will be a play where you see Jared Triolo in motion. This 100 miles an hour, grounded to third for one, on to first. Unbelievable. That looked like it was going to be a routine double play, and the Cubs are immediately going to challenge. Nick Gonzalez was called safe at first base. It looked, at least from my eye, like he was out. Cubs are going to challenge, and it's most likely going to get overturned. A very disheartening double play there for the Bucks. And just like that, no surprise, the call is overturned. Fantastic for the Bucks. Now the last hope for the Bucks to maybe get a run across here before we head to the bottom of the ninth. Adam Frazier watches that first pitch strike go by at 99 miles an hour. The vibe of this game has turned completely upside down. 0-1 from Frazier, fouled back. 0-2. Two 99.4-mile-an-hour fastballs from Daniel Palencia. Or I could look back over fast enough. Looks like somebody is up in the Pirates bullpen. Is not able to see who. The Cubs believe they have Nico Hoerner, Matt Shaw, and Reese McGuire. They're 7, 8, 9 hitters due up in the bottom of the ninth. That's two righties and a lefty. Swing and a miss there from Adam Frazier. A double play and a strikeout for the Bucks. They go quietly in the top of the ninth. We now head to the bottom of the ninth. Be back here in a minute. Let's see who's coming in for the Bucks and if they can get this game to extra innings. Be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis Santana back out there on the mound to at least start this bottom of the ninth inning. Nico Hoerner, the number 7 hitter in this lineup, will begin the inning with a flyout there, one away here for the Cubs. This is a very low-scoring game. The Bucks were just able to scrape across the run barely in the top of the 8th. Cubs got it back in the 9th. Now the Cubs looking to win it here in the 9th. Chopper here. Going to be a tough play. Kiner Falefa! What a play there, IKF! It was a slow chopper to Kiner Falefa at shortstop. Dennis Santana let it go. IKF charging on it, was able to barehand it and get the strong throw on to first to beat Matt Shaw by half a step. What a play. Dennis Santana fired up at that. Swing and a miss there from Reese McGuire. I think that might have been Santana's 4th pitch of the inning, and he's already got 2 outs. What a play there by IKF. The dugout fired up as well. Dennis Santana looking to make quick work of the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in this lineup. They just showed Jared Triolo, who, as expected, after pinch hitting for Spencer Horwitz, is now playing first base. Good stretch to go get that ball on his half of that play as well. Good play all around. 0-2 here on Reese McGuire, the Cubs catcher. looking to get this ball game to extra innings. The pitch from Santana, 92-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch down below the zone. Might have been a sinker there. Sank too much, and McGuire didn't bite. Santana again looking to go 2 strong innings here for his manager, Donnie Kelly. A breaking ball, 89 miles an hour in the dirt, actually hits off of the shin pad of the home plate umpire and ricochets away. Count is now 2-2. Santana rests, delivers, fouled off again by McGuire. After going down in the count 0-2, McGuire fights it back to even, taking 2 balls, spoiling away that pitch as well. Can Santana get this game to extras? He can. He does. A strikeout for Dennis Santana and a little, almost a Aroldis Chapman-esque pause on the mound. And we are heading to extra innings, ladies and gentlemen. Let me update the score bug for the first time in all the live streams that I have done here for Pirates games. We are heading to extra innings. Flawless inning there from Dennis Santana. 2 quick outs, a strikeout to end it. I would assume that's his day. He hasn't really, been known as a bulk reliever. So 2 strong innings from him. You'll take that every time. Gonna stay right here, waiting for extra innings to begin. Believe, who was it? Adam Frazier who made the last out, so he will be the automatic runner to start at second base. Not as fast as he once was, but still decent speed on the base pads. Just like what the Cubs had do up there, it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the lineup for the Bucks. Ke'Bryan Hayes will lead it off. He is 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. At this point, if you're Donnie Kelly, you gotta ask, is there any way you can lay down a bunt? Because we cannot have you striking out here to waste an out. Getting ready for extras, and we have a pitching change here for the Cubs. They go to one of the more experienced left-handers in the MLB, Drew Pomeranz, the former San Diego Padre, will come on here. Wonder if this is a reverse splits situation here for Pomeranz. He's going to be facing 3 straight right-handed batters. Wonder if it's the case where maybe he is doing better against right-handed batters this year than he does lefties. So we will see how it plays out. Frazier starting at second. Ke'Bryan Hayes stepping into the box. Here we go in extra innings. And before Pomeranz even throws a pitch, he will disengage one time. Sort of take a step back towards second base, but not throw. Frazier is dancing off the bag there. There's a first pitch at 93 miles an hour, catching the outside corner for strike 1. Frazier again dancing there off the bag. That ball almost got Hayes. 83 mile an hour breaking ball in on his feet. McGuire did a good job of blocking it. The ball didn't squirt too far away to where Frazier could have moved up. 1-1 here. Pomeranz, a very looping breaking ball there. 83 miles an hour. Wasn't even close. Bad release point there. Misses high and outside. 2-1 here for Ke'Bryan Hayes. Pomeranz keeping a very close eye on Adam Frazier at second base before throwing that pitch, which was a ball. 3-1. Henry Davis waiting on deck. Ke'Bryan Hayes possibly looking to draw a walk, and not on that pitch. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball just about right down the heart of the plate, and Hayes, all he could do was foul it back and out of play. Full count now. Pomeranz. Wines delivers. Hayes again fouling that pitch back into the netting. 94 that time from Pomeranz. Keeping the count again at 3-2. Looking to get on for the power. Hank Davis behind him. This one chopped to third. Frazier holding, and great job by Adam Frazier. The Bucks are going to get an infield hit. It was a weak chopper down the left field foul line. The third baseman Shaw charged at it, and it looked for a second like he was looking at Frazier, who was inching towards third base. Ke'Bryan Hayes showing off some nice speed there. Gets to first base. No throw. No idea what Shaw was thinking there. Was he too paranoid about Frazier possibly moving up? That could cost the Cubs. Now Henry Davis is up here. Davis squares the bunt, and it's a pop-up into the netting by the Cubs dugout. Please do not do that again. I am not sure Henry Davis is going to get the bunt sign anytime again soon. That was almost a pop-up right to someone. He's squaring the bunt again, and this time he gets on top of it too much. Chops it right off of himself. 0-2 now. Interesting call here from Donnie Kelly to have Henry Davis try to bunt. Almost just chopped at that ball. Now he's in an 0-2 hole. Gonna need to swing away here. This one, pitch taken high. Catcher McGuire pump faking towards second again. Frazier scurries back. Frazier keeps acting like he's trying to time up something to take off. This time he does take off for third, and it's a double steal for the Bucks. Adam Frazier had enough tries, enough practice to where he could get a bit of a running start, and he gets to third uncontested. Ke'Bryan Hayes moves up as well. A double steal for the Bucks. Runners are at second and third with nobody out. The 2-2 to Henry Davis, well above the strike zone. It's now 3-2. A golden opportunity for the Bucks. Henry Davis, the 3-2. Outside ball 4. And bases are full of buccos with nobody out in the top of the 10th. Somebody play Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, because all aboard. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa will face Drew Pomeranz. This will be the third and final required batter that Pomeranz needs to face. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him after this. Right-handed reliever Chris Flexen, the former Seattle Mariner, is up in the bullpen for the Cubs. Pomeranz will face the right-hitting Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Reason why I say it'll be interesting what happens after this. You have a lefty, O'Neal Cruz. You don't know if they want to leave him in there to go lefty on lefty with Cruz, who he's had major struggles with lately. But first, he's got to get through IKF. 0-2 on the day, looking to change that. Kiner-Falefa drives this one to left field. Over to make the catch is Ian Happ. But Adam Frazier, he will come in to score. Ke'Bryan Hayes will move up to third. And an RBI stack fly for IKF. The Bucks take the lead once again. First pitch swinging. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Middle of the zone near the bottom. And he just golfed it out there. Ian Happ made the catch just about 3 feet shy of the warning track. Great awareness by Ke'Bryan Hayes. He initially was taking a couple of steps toward third base. He then ran back to tag up at second base, and then he moved up to third base. No contested play at third or second there. Henry Davis couldn't move up on that fly ball. He remains at first. They're leaving Pomeranz in there to go lefty on lefty with O'Neal Cruz. First pitch taken right on the inside half of the strike zone for strike one. Cruz is 1 for 4. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Pitch here, Cruz fouls that high fastball off, strike 2. The reliever up in the bullpen for the Cubs, Flexen, will most likely be coming in after this batter faced by Pomeranz. He'll real quick check the runner Davis at first. Maybe put Davis in motion here to try to stay out of the double play. If Pomeranz cannot roll a double play ball here, you'll see Flexen come in to face the righty, Andrew McCutchen. That pitch down in the dirt there. Appeal to third base. No swing, says the umpire for O'Neal Cruz. One and two now. They also showed the Pirates bullpen. The closer, David Bednar, is up and warming. Cruz grounds this one. It's right back to the pitcher, Pomeranz. On to second for one, on to first. It is a double play. So Pomeranz, after giving up the run, does get that double play that he was looking for. And now, the biggest moment of the ball game. The Renegade, David Bednar, is coming on. And he will face the top of the order for these Cubs. Happ, Tucker, and Suzuki. The catcher, Reese McGuire, is scheduled to be the starting runner at second base. The reason why I say scheduled, if I'm the Cubs, they'll probably put on one of their more speedier bench players and then have Carson Kelly, their other catcher, go in behind the dish if this game goes beyond this next half inning. David Bednar coming on, looking to shut this thing down and secure a series tying victory for the Bucks. I'm going to take a brief break. I'll be back when Sportsnet Pittsburgh is back from their commercial break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Renegade time. David Bednar on, trying to close this thing out here in the bottom of the 10th. The Pirates getting the go-ahead run in the top of the 10th. A sack fly RBI by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Bednar looking to nail this thing down. John Birdie, veteran utility man. Decent wheels on him. He does like we predicted. Will pinch run for the catcher Reese McGuire at second base. Bednar fires in his first strike to Ian Happ to make the count 1-1. This right here, probably the most worrying Cub that Bednar is facing for me. Happ notoriously has been a Pirate killer. 1 for 2 today with a single and 2 walks. Bednar, his pitch, 77-mile-an-hour splitter, and Happ was way out in front of it. 1-2 now. Would be huge if Bednar can get Happ here to start off this bottom half of the 10th. The 1-2. Happ thought of it, but he held off. Another splitter, that time in the dirt near the feet of Happ. No swing. Two and two from Bednar. He pauses and delivers. 93-mile-an-hour fastball fouled down the right field line. Jared Triolo picks it up and fires that ball into the crowd for a souvenir. Count remains 2-2. 6 of you in here right now. Thank you for joining me here today as we hopefully soon wrap up the watch along of the Pirates game 2 of this 4-game set against the Cubs. Bednar fires. Fouled off again by Happ. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live again. Also, feel free to like, share, and comment in the live chat on this live stream. Bednar in a battle with Happ. 2 Pittsburgh natives. And the Mars product, Bednar is going to win it. A slow roller to Key Brian Hayes. Throw on the first, beats Happ easily. 1 away here in the bottom of the 10th. A backdoor splitter right there from Bednar. Hayes, routine. Such a great internal clock for him. Gets the runner Happ by a couple of steps. Now, Kyle Tucker, the big offseason acquisition for the Cubs, will step up to the plate. But beforehand, an infield meeting. All 4 of the infielders, plus the catcher Davis and pitcher Bednar, meet at the mound, possibly getting their defensive alignments in check and maybe game planning how they are going to attack the lefty hitting Kyle Tucker right here. Tucker is 1 for 3 today. Bednar, 76-mile-an-hour splitter. Tucker began to swing, but he was well out ahead of it. Would have been called a strike anyway. 0-1. Bednar began his windup and then peeked back at second base. That is 1 disengagement, keeping John Birdie at bay. Even though Birdie, I believe he's in his low to mid-30s. Still, though, a great set of wheels. Would not put it past him to possibly steal third here. Fastball, 98 miles an hour from David Bednar. Right there at the bottom of the zone for a strike. 0-2. The pitch from Bednar. Fastball on the upper outside corner, fouled back into the netting by Tucker. Count remains at 0-2. Bednar holds and delivers. This one is going to be popped up on the infield. Jared Triolo calls for it, and he makes the catch. 2 away now. Another splitter from David Bednar. This time gets a pop-up. And now there is 2 away here. 1 out away from tying this series at 2. And it will be Seiya Suzuki, the only right-on-right matchup that David Bednar was guaranteed to get at the top of this inning. 78-mile-an-hour splitter drops in there for strike 1. Suzuki 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. Very tough out here. The 0-1 from Bednar. This one is going to trickle here too. Gonzalez at second baseman. Got to hurry. Gets him at first base. A check swing. Grounder to Nick Gonzalez. The Pirates have raised the Jolly Roger at Wrigley. Another splitter from David Bednar. My goodness, that pitch was working for him here today. The old brain bender from Bednar. The series is tied at 1. The Bucks I apologize. Looked like that was a curveball. Suzuki, a check swing. He even was surprised that he put that in play. Wasn't all that hard hit. Nick Gonzalez charged that hard and was able to get that throw to Jared Triolo in time for the out. A good ball game, pitching-wise and on defense by the Bucks. A rare Paul Skeens-like start for him. He didn't give up a run, but he pitched a lot, only was able to go 5 full innings and was kissing the 100 pitch mark in this ball game, but he was able to get through it. Carmen Majinski, he came in, delivered 2 solid innings. Caleb Ferguson came in. He struggled, but Dennis Santana came in, delivered 2 solid innings. I guess an inning and a half, inning and 2/3 to be precisely for Dennis Santana. There was also a great defensive play mixed in there by the Bucks. O'Neal Cruz to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, relaying to Henry Davis at the plate for a clutch throwout of Ian Happ. Henry Davis, by the way, a post-game interview with Hannah Mears right there. And then David Bednar, the Renegade, after the Bucks get across their second run of the ball game. In the top of the 10th, Bednar comes in and shuts it down. The Cubs don't even advance their automatic runner at second base to third base. And like I said, the Bucks, they evened this series at 1 apiece. They raised the Jolly Roger at Wrigley. And they hopefully shift the momentum of this series back in their favor. It will be Mike Burrows tomorrow on the bump for the Bucks. That is a 2:20 start time. Same thing for Sunday, 2:20. Mitch Keller will pitch then. With that, on stream here for over 3 hours today, I want to thank each and every one of you seeing this right now for sticking with me throughout the ball game. Thank you to Joe, Flacco, and Alex in the chat for commenting, keeping things interactive on here. For the final time, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live again. Also, feel free to like, share, and comment on this stream after the fact. We gained 1 new subscriber. We are up to 407 subscribers. Thank you to you, the beautiful soul, who subscribed here today. I cannot see who it is that did so, but thank you. With that, going to call it a week here on the channel. We will be back here Monday for another routine weekday episode of the Steel City Sports Report, talking about the latest news related to the three main Pittsburgh sports teams that occurs over the weekend. That'll be between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Until then, one more time, thank you all for joining me here this evening. Well, this afternoon, now heading into this evening. Appreciate you all so much for joining me. Have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourself. And the Bucks win it. Have a good weekend, everybody. That's it for me. Peace out. I will see you guys back here on Monday.